From Red Zone Weather in Bruton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Meganson. Severe weather coverage starts right now.
4:11 p.m. we have a new tornado warning for parts of Monroe County in South Alabama, valid until 5 p.m. Good Thursday evening to you. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson. This tornado warning does include the city of Monroeville. If you are at Monroeville or Mexie or areas near Tunnel Springs or Beatrice, you are now involved in a tornado warning, which means you've got to take action to protect life and property, as we have a possible tornado very near Mexie right now, coming into areas near Monroeville out here on the western side of town. This tornado warning polygon is in effect until 5 p.m. local time, and this is exclusively an issue for Monroe County. In addition to the tornado threat, we're also concerned about the potential for damaging straight line winds coming in from the west. And so this really is a double barrel issue in terms of the tornado being out ahead of it and this main line of storms potentially producing damaging straight line winds up to 80 miles per hour coming into areas near Monroeville. Again, the current time is 4:13 p.m. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson, and this is a tornado warning, meaning you've got to take action to protect life and property. Let's zoom in real tight because this is quickly going to be an issue for the city of Monroeville. If you are at Monroeville or Purdue Hill, areas near Mexie, Mexie Baptist Church right there on 47, also near Fountain, or areas near Peterman, you are first in line to see this possible tornado right in through here, moving just like that. It looks like this thing may briefly come near Monroeville, perhaps near Alabama Highway 41, but again, this is a situation that's sort of a double threat because we have the tornado issue here, but then right behind it, we have a line of highly intense thunderstorms capable of producing damaging straight line winds, potentially featuring wind gusts up to 70 or 80 miles per hour. And so this is a big deal for folks in Monroeville. We need you to be in that tornado safe place. And again, we are calling for folks in Monroeville, Alabama, Mexie, Fountain, also areas near Tunnel Springs, Peterman, Claiborne. You've also got areas out here near Alabama Highway 41, north of Monroeville, very hilly terrain in the Red Hills of Monroe County, all involved in this active tornado warning that is valid until 5 p.m. local time. Just looking to our sources here to see what we've got going on in terms of the latest information from the National Weather Service. And again, they posted this warning about 3 minutes ago. And let's show you the entirety of Monroe County and tell you who's involved in this new tornado warning valid until 5 o'clock, because this is going to be in effect for the next 46 minutes for Monroeville, Beatrice, Tunnel Springs, Peterman, Axel, Hines Farm, Veredenburg involved in the tornado warning. And so if I just called you out, you need to be implementing that tornado safety plan right now. Don't wait. Don't try to see this possible tornado. I know that's human nature, but you're not going to be able to see this thing. I promise. It is rain wrapped, and on a day like today with so much moisture content in the atmosphere, you are not most likely going to see this tornado. And so again, watching this situation in Monroe County very carefully, as again, for folks in the northern part of the county now under the gun from this possible tornado. I should mention as well, in the southern part of the county, you do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect also until 5:15 p.m. for XL, Frisco City, back over to Choctaw Bluff and Homewood, out here south of Highway 84 and to the west of Alabama Highway 21. This storm is intense, all right? Even though the tornado threat is a bit north of you, if you're in the southern end of Monroe County, you're still going to have intense weather, no doubt about it, as we are watching, again, this line of strong to severe thunderstorms moving in from the west. Let's look at the big view across the region because it has been a nasty day across parts of West Alabama. For those of us that are to the east of there, particularly in areas east of I-65, everything's been okay for now, but our weather is about to get a bit more nasty as this line of intense thunderstorms is pushing in from the west. We have had reports of damage in terms of trees being knocked down, power lines down, that sort of thing over in the western part of the state, specifically in the community of Jackson, also near Leroy and also Toddtown, and also in Thomasville. We had a wind gust up around 60 miles per hour, according to an emergency manager. And so I say all that to say these storms mean business, all right? Even if you don't get a tornado warning today, this is going to be one of those days when these severe thunderstorm warnings are the real deal, all right? Sometimes in summer, you'll get a pop-up thunderstorm that produces gusty winds that, blows around small yard items and things like that. No, this is a big deal. This storm could knock down trees and power lines. It already has done that back in Clark County. And again, the concern right now is near Monroeville. Let's go over to the iPad source because we do have a signature on radar right in through here. That dot that you see right there near Monroeville, that darker shade of orange and brown is an area of concern, specifically called a couplet on radar, and this is moving just like that to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour. On that trajectory, this is going to be an issue for Peterman, Tunnel Springs, Axel, Beatrice, and Vredenburg out here in the northern part of the county. This also does include the community of Keith, all right, right here on Alabama Highway 41. If you are familiar with Keith, you're involved in the tornado warning, all right? So Keith, Beatrice, Hines Farm, right here, you're involved in the tornado warning as well. Same thing at Monroeville, all right? If you are at the city of Monroeville, you are involved in this tornado warning. It does look like this thing is probably going to miss the core downtown part of Monroeville just a bit to the north, but I mean it is close. And you know what? With this polygon update, I see that the Weather Service has actually just trimmed out the city of Monroeville, and so that's a good thing. They're really honing in on that circulation that's out here near Fountain. And what happens is when we get a tornado warning, the Weather Service issues a polygon. In other words, a geometric shape with, generally speaking, 4 sides. And what's happened here, the polygon was wider. We can back this up. When this warning was initially issued just a few minutes ago, you see that it did include Monroeville, but now the Weather Service has refined this polygon, and this is strictly an issue for areas just to the north of Monroeville. So if I'm at Monroeville, keep in mind your weather is about to turn terrible. The tornado may pass just to the north of you, but you're under a severe thunderstorm warning in Monroeville. And so I say that to say you're going to get some heavy weather, to say the least, in Monroeville in the next few minutes, even though technically you may not get the tornado that's out here on the north side of town. Here's Fountain, the community of Fountain right here. This is Alabama Highway 41, Scratch Ankle, Alabama. Yes, indeed. That is a real place in Monroe County. On the edge of this tornado warning polygon right here on the north side. There's the community of Keith. You've got Old Scotland. You've got Natchez right in through here. Old Time Presbyterian Church out in this part of the world near Old Scotland. Tunnel Springs is included in this tornado warning. Same thing at Beatrice. On this side of town, you've got Alabama Highway 21. And near the Monroe sausage facility. Yes, indeed, there's Conecuh sausage, but I bet you didn't know there's a Monroe sausage as well. That's very near Beatrice. So if you are near that plant right here on the south side of Beatrice, if you live within 5 miles of the Monroe sausage facility there, please be in a safe place. Same thing at Beatrice. This is going to be Alabama Highway 21 right here. J.F. Shields is the school in Beatrice. I had the privilege of speaking there about weather and severe weather safety last summer on a very hot day, and if you are near J.F. Shields School, you need to be taking those tornado warning precautions right now as we have a possible tornado moving in from the southwest into the community of Beatrice. So, again, if I call you out, this is what you need to be doing right now. Fountain, Tunnel Springs, Peterman, Beatrice, Keith, Scotland, Old Scotland, Natchez, Hines Farm, Vredenburg. Implement this right now. You want to get underground if you can. You don't have to be underground to survive a tornado, all right? Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. We want you to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Best possible thing on this list is to grab a helmet in northern Monroe County right now, where we have an active tornado warning valid until 5 o'clock. And so again, we got 39 more minutes on this. It's 4:21 p.m. And again, the core tornado risk is going to miss Monroeville to the north. But again, if you are in Monroeville or Mexie or Ollie, you remain under a severe thunderstorm warning, and you could have wind gusts in excess of 70 miles per hour. In fact, let's check the latest on that. And yeah, you see this tag right here that says thunderstorm damage threat considerable. The National Weather Service issues a ton of these severe thunderstorm warnings every year, but not very many of them, I would bet probably less than 10%, carry that tag. And so the reason that's there is because of this. We could have wind gusts as high as 70 miles per hour in parts of Monroe County over the next 5 minutes as this cell continues working its way to the east. Let's put this in motion. And again, these storms originated back in Mississippi this morning. And we've had several severe thunderstorm warnings that we've been tracking in the Red Zone Weather app over the last hour or so. This is the first tornado warning of the day for South Alabama or any part of our local area. We've had several reports of damage in central Alabama, specifically in Hale County near the community of Sawyerville, I should say, where they took a direct hit from a likely strong, potentially significant tornado. And we know that cars have been blown into a local pond. That's how strong this tornado was in the central part of the state. Not necessarily saying this one in Monroe County may be that strong. It could be. It very well could be. But we just don't know exactly how strong this possible tornado in northern Monroe County is. Again, focusing on this cell pretty heavily as the possible tornado is going to be right in through here. And you know what's happened? This advancing line of thunderstorms has really overtaken the circulation. We'll show you the same map on velocity view here, and the possible tornado is going to be right in through here. That's a very strong indication that we could have a tornado on the ground, perhaps near Alabama Highway 41. If you're familiar with this area, you go north of Monroeville out on 41 in the Red Hills of Monroe County out towards Keith and Scratch Ankle. This is very, very hilly terrain. All right, I don't like going on that road in the middle of the night. It's just not safe with all the curves between Monroeville and basically Camden up in Wilcox County. I prefer to take Alabama Highway 21, which is a much more stable road, I guess you could say, from Monroeville up to Beatrice. And basically this possible tornado is splitting the difference now between 41 and 21, coming out here towards Old Scotland, Natchez, Peterman, and also Tunnel Springs, Beatrice. This ultimately is going to be an issue out here toward 47 and Hines Farm in the far northeastern corner of Monroe County. And understand, if you are in the city of Monroeville, specifically downtown, let's zoom in pretty tight here. This weather is about to turn pretty nasty. You are not under a tornado warning at this point in Monroeville. The warning is north of you now. The Weather Service has trimmed this tornado warning polygon back, and if you're in Monroeville, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Same thing at Mexie, same thing at Purdue Hill, which is back here. This is the Alabama River here. This is US Highway 84, and this is going to be Alabama Highway 21. XL is here, Frisco City is here. And so these communities that I just called out are involved in a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning is to your north at this point in Monroe County. So let's show you who's involved in the warning, because the Weather Service has yet again trimmed some folks out of the polygon, and that's good. That's what we want to see. We can give a tornado warning all clear to those communities that I just called out, but if you're at Fountain or Tunnel Springs or Beatrice, you remain involved in this polygon. Peterman, it looks like, is going to be just south of the polygon at this point. So again, tornado warning here. Peterman, Monroeville, areas to the south are out, all right? But if you're in Beatrice or Hines Farm, which is right here, just south of McWilliams, on Alabama Highway 21, you remain involved in this tornado warning. This is a very rural part of northern Monroe County, very hilly terrain. It's almost like a mini mountain range out in through here. Very, very beautiful in the fall months when the leaves start falling. It is a beautiful drive in here. And I see that we've got an update from the Weather Service on the severe thunderstorm warning. Let's show you the wide view and put this in motion, because no doubt about it, again, the most intense storms so far today are happening and have happened in parts of Washington, Clark, and now Monroe counties. This part of the line is the most intense, and it's currently rumbling through Monroe County, which is the hot spot this afternoon, it seems, for not only our tornado warning, but also these severe thunderstorms that continue rumbling through. Let's zoom into the whole county. We will see in a matter of moments if the Weather Service decides to extend this severe thunderstorm warning, and I can just about bet you that they will, into parts of Conecuh and maybe even Butler counties, because this part of this severe thunderstorm warning certainly warrants our attention as it moves to the east into parts of Conecuh and Butler counties. So I'm putting you on notice. Repton, Bellevue, Evergreen, Lieffian, Bowles, also areas near Owassa, Alabama Highway 83, I-65 from Greenville back down to Castleberry and the Bruton exit. All those areas that I just called out, you are about to most likely go under a severe thunderstorm warning. You see this bowing segment of this line of severe storms here pushing into Monroeville. Let's go back to our iPad view and check on the velocity, because again, we are focusing on this dangerous storm in northern Monroe County. And look, you know what's happened here again, the line of storms that previously was back behind this discrete cell. There's your discrete cell, here's your line of storms, but look at what's happened. It's sort of merged into the same complex of storms, lots of lightning. There is evidence of rotation in through here coming into Beatrice and areas out here near Tunnel Springs, but it's weaker than it once was in the sense that it's no longer a traditional discrete storm capable of producing a tornado. Now we're looking at a situation where we could have a tornado in through here, but it's really driven by this line of storms that also could be producing damaging straight line winds. And so it does not matter if it's a tornado, if it's damaging winds, whatever it is, you need to be sheltered in northern Monroe County, specifically out here near Tunnel Springs, Alabama Highway 21, Beatrice, Hines Farm, even Vredenburg. If I'm at Vredenburg, I'm staying in my tornado safe place over the next few minutes. And again, for folks that may be just tuning in, Monroeville, Peterman, you're out of the tornado warning polygon, but you are in the severe thunderstorm warning polygon, meaning gusty winds up to, say, 70 miles per hour, not out of the question in Monroeville proper and areas near Mexie right now as this intense line of thunderstorms moves in from the west. Let's also check our NWS chat feed because we need to see if we've had any reports of damage over the last few minutes. Weather Service noting as of 5 minutes ago that the rotation looked fairly intense and a tornado is likely happening. And so, again, they are maintaining this tornado warning for northern Monroe County for the next few minutes anyway, as we have an intense storm currently pushing through the northern part of Monroe County. Look at how intense this line is across Monroe County and really extending into the southern part of Wilcox County as well, out here towards Camden, coming into areas near Rosebud, Pineapple, Oak Hill, McWilliams, Wilcox County. You are involved in a severe thunderstorm warning, and that one's going to be valid until, I believe, 4:45. So 15 more minutes for Wilcox County. That'll probably have to be extended eastward into parts of Butler County. And tell you what, let's actually check on the state as well, because we do have other storms happening across the state of Alabama at this point. We had a tornado warning about 30 minutes ago for parts of Dallas, Lowndes, and Autauga counties here in the central part of the state. That is now out, and I see we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for parts of Conecuh, Monroe, and Butler counties. And so let's tell you about that, because again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued by the National Weather Service. And this is going to include basically all of Conecuh County. And this is in effect until 5:15 local time. We note that the Weather Service did not opt to include that considerable damage tag. And that's a good thing, perhaps suggesting that as this line is pushing a bit farther to the east into a little bit more stable air, perhaps there's a little bit of weakening going on here in the atmosphere. But nonetheless, these storms remain strong and certainly could be doing damage at this point in parts of Monroe County, really extending from Vredenburg all the way back down to Uri. Let's actually work this line because you can see it kind of cuts off right here. This is not going to be an issue imminently anyway for Escambia County, Alabama. You can see that we do have a tornado watch for Escambia County, Alabama, but this line of storms, this bowing feature kind of cuts off, and then storms become a bit more scattered as you get down here into northern Mobile and northern Baldwin counties. So again, let's start in southern Monroe County and kind of work this line from south to north. And I can tell you, if you are near McGargle, Uri, areas out here near Vocation, out here you've also got Excel, Frisco City, right here on Alabama Highway 21, which is right here. And then what happens is you got Alabama Highway 59. I know that everybody and their brother thinks that Alabama Highway 59 is the road that goes from Bay Minette to Gulf Shores, and that is true, but you actually have another segment of Alabama Highway 59 that goes beyond Bay Minette, crosses the interstate, and ends up out here near Tensaw in the northern part of Baldwin County and cuts over to Uri. And so this is that segment of 59 that's involved in that severe thunderstorm warning. We would tell you no travel at this point, basically from Huxford in Escambia County, Alabama, all the way back up to let's say Monroeville, all right, just to be safe, as we've got an intense, severe thunderstorm pushing through that could be producing damaging straight line winds. We'll zoom into the Monroeville area because I realize your weather is horrible right now. It's absolutely horrible. There's no other way to say it. But this is the core event today in the city of Monroeville. And I think, let's see, it is now 4:32, and I think that our tornado warning has either been let go or let's see what the Weather Service is opting to do here. Yeah, they're canceling the tornado warning, all right? So what's happened here, the Weather Service in their assessment, the line has caught up with the circulation in northern Monroe County. I'll switch over to the velocity view to kind of highlight that. This was your previously tornado warned storm, and this is more of a consolidated threat at this point. Damaging straight line winds are now clearly the greater concern in northern Monroe County. And you can see on that system as well, that polygon is gone. And so we have a severe thunderstorm warning due to a storm that has a history of producing damage, specifically trees coming down and power lines coming down back over here in Clark County, specifically near Jackson and Toddtown, according to emergency management officials in that county, over here in Clark County. And so this storm continues to push to the east, and as it does so, it is bringing with it quite a bit of wind, quite a bit of heavy rain, and lots of lightning. Let's see if we can get an exact count on our lightning data, because again, these storms not only are producing convective hazards, but also quite a bit of lightning. I think our counter is actually not displaying that data. I tell you what, let's go back over to the iPad and I'll show you that on the velocity view. All these little white dots that you see there, those are actually lightning strikes. And if I switch this back over to the classic reflectivity view, we'll put this in motion, and you see all those dots in Monroe County. Those represent lightning strikes, cloud to cloud and cloud to ground lightning strikes. And so you're probably hearing very loud thunder in the northern part of Monroe County, specifically near Beatrice, Monroeville, Tunnel Springs, Peterman, near Alabama Highway 21. This is going to be coming into northern Conecuh County, near Burnt Corn, Bowles, also areas near Lieffian School right here, Green Street. You've also got Repton Range, areas near Bermuda, out and through here in northern Conecuh County. Next in line to see this severe line of thunderstorms that is producing quite a bit of heavy rain, in addition to the potential for gusty winds that could be toppling down a few trees. And so again, with that said, we have no active tornado warnings for any part of South Alabama or Northwest Florida as of at 4:35 p.m. And so with that said, let's kind of do a reset and kind of get you caught up on everything that's happened today, because we have had a lot going on. We have a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for several local counties. In addition to that, you see that we have all these counties across the great state of Alabama shaded in yellow, and that's where we have a tornado watch. The atmosphere remains volatile, unstable, and potentially supportive of a few tornadoes out in advance of this line of thunderstorms. I think what's going to happen over the next few hours, however, is that we're going to shift to more of a damaging wind threat. And like we said earlier, whether it's a tornado, whether it's damaging winds, if you get damage in your location, it's a big deal. And so treat those severe thunderstorm warnings very seriously today. It's going to be a day when these severe thunderstorm warnings mean just as much, in some cases, as tornado warnings. So that's what's happening across the state. Heavy rain happening in Prattville, areas near Clanton, back over to Selma, Marion, near the Birmingham Metro. Another band about to move through from Jasper, coming into areas out here near Gardendale. You've also got storms in the eastern part of the state near Anniston and Gadsden. So let's go over to our graphics and show you that tornado watch, because again, this is going to be riding until 6 p.m. local time. And this is a tornado watch that includes many local counties. In fact, here's the statewide view. And for folks that may be in central Alabama, Birmingham, Auburn, Montgomery, Lake Martin, Clanton, Selma, Camden, Troy, Eufaula, all involved in the tornado watch. Let's show you the local view that's valid, again, until 6 p.m. local time. And this includes Mobile, Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh, Escambia, and Baldwin counties in our local area. You note that Choctaw County is now out. All right, stable air is moving into West Alabama back behind these strong storms. And once this main batch of storms moves through your location, you will get an all clear. We'll do that in just a minute. Again, it's a level 2 risk day, really extending up to the northern part of the state. Here's the local view. We all are involved at this point in the level 2 risk, which means that scattered severe thunderstorms will continue to be likely over the next few hours. Even this, however, will begin to be trimmed out as this batch of storms continues moving through. Check out this damage that happened earlier. This is courtesy of Brian Wilson. This happened in Sawyerville in Hale County, which is just to the north of Greensboro. If you are familiar with Greensboro, Alabama, that's in the middle of Hale County. Tornado damage there. You can see a structure damage. Check out this one. Trucks in a pond. There are a ton of catfish farms in Hale County, Alabama, and I would bet you that's probably one of these man-made catfish ponds. 2 trucks moved into the catfish farms there near Greensboro, Alabama, specifically near Sawyerville. So again, we are tracking storms in South Alabama at this point that continue to rumble by our region. I've had no reports of damage over the last 20 minutes, but about an hour ago, we did have reports from the National Weather Service that we have had trees and power lines confirmed down near Jackson. All right, Jackson's right here in Clark County. We also had a confirmed 50 mile per hour wind gust, 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, I should say, in the community of Thomasville in the northern part of Clark County. That same storm has since pushed off into Monroe County, which is the main storm that we are tracking at this point as of 4:39 p.m. And by the way, that is the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have on the board. If you are in Mobile or Baldwin or Escambia counties in Alabama, no warnings for you as of 4:39. So again, going in here to Monroe, Conecuh, and Butler counties, we had a tornado warning earlier that is now off of the board, thankfully. And we have this severe thunderstorm warning in place due to a situation where we could have wind gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour, now moving through areas just to the east of Monroeville, coming out here into areas near Hines Farm and Old Texas. That's right in through here in the northern part of Monroe County, north of Evergreen on Alabama Highway 83, or just to the north of there. And again, this Boeing segment right in through here is going to be the part of the storm that really warrants our greatest attention. Community of Midway, right here, not to be confused with the other midways in Alabama. There's one back in Clark County as well. This one's on the line between Conecuh and Monroe County. Midway, Alabama, right here. Intense storms moving in from the west that could be producing damage. Same thing at Monroeville, right here. The storm is now exiting Monroeville, and you will get a severe weather all clear shortly. Same thing at Frisco City. This is the worst of the storm at Excel and Frisco City. Give it 5 minutes, the weather will be a bit better. Same thing down at Uri. This is the worst part of the storm. Probably going to get a bit heavier in terms of your rain amounts over the next 5 minutes. And if you're in Conecuh County, you've been okay so far today, but please understand, across the entirety of Conecuh County, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and we are expecting 50, 60, maybe even 70 mile per hour wind gusts as this storm moves just like this, directly to the east. Same thing in Butler County. We've got the western half of Butler County involved in a severe thunderstorm warning. Forest Home is right here. Starlington is here. Georgiana, McKenzie, Chapman involved in this severe thunderstorm warning for Butler County. Greenville at the moment and Okie Streak and Daisy are not included, but they will be. I can just say that with certainty if this holds its strength. There's no doubt with this bowing feature, if it continues pushing to the east and maintains that intensity, you will get another severe thunderstorm warning for Butler and maybe even parts of Crenshaw and Covington County. We'll deal with that in just a minute. What you can expect over the next few hours, however, is that this complex of showers and thunderstorms is going to continue working its way to the east. Again, the core of this line currently moving through Monroeville, Excel, Uri, but the tornado warning that was previously in effect for northern Monroe County has since been allowed to be canceled due to the fact that the tornadic circulation was sort of absorbed by this main line of thunderstorms pushing through. At this point, it is prudent to be able to give a severe weather all clear to Thomasville, areas near Grove Hill, Jackson. You've also got areas near Chatham, Milry, Coffeyville, all of Choctaw County, and areas out here near Leroy and Jackson. You get an all clear because you are now back behind this advancing line of thunderstorms that has now pushed into Monroe County. Again, once this leading edge comes through your location, the severe weather risk will begin to go down. And so for most of us who are in advance of this line of thunderstorms, places like Evergreen, Bruton, Atmore, Bay Minette, you still got a ways to go. This is not over yet. Same thing in Mobile and Baldwin counties along with Northwest Florida, not over yet. I've had several questions over the last few hours wondering if we'll get a tornado watch for our Northwest Florida counties and Covington. We simply don't know yet, all right? It's 4:43 p.m. This watch for the other counties goes until 6 o'clock local time. We will see if the Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center decide to extend that tornado watch. But because we don't have any tornado warnings, what we're going to do is going back to covering these storms in the Red Zone Weather app. You know the drill. If we have more tornado warnings, we'll come straight back on Facebook Live and in the YouTube side of things as well in the Red Zone Weather app to bring you the very latest in our uninterrupted tornado warning video coverage. But because we don't have any tornado warnings, again, we're going back to covering things in the app, and we will continue to bring you the latest in the Red Zone Weather app over the next few hours. I do hope you have a wonderful Thursday evening. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I will see you soon.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free Red Zone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our Red Zone Weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.